Hey everybody, I'm Mama Baird. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going along to the food bank to help volunteer. Now, this is my second time that I volunteered at the food bank, and my job is produce sorting. So you get in there and you go through any produce that got donated from other stores. The produce that I'm going to be going through for this shift is all from Costco. So I'm excited to get in there. Let's see what food I can save and what food's got to go to the goats. All right, guys, let's go. So the first thing you do is you go and you find your name tag on the wall of name tags for all the volunteers. I made my way back to where we sort produce, and there was tons of strawberries and bananas, lots of bell peppers this time. So this all came from Costco, and all they do is they just dump it into these watermelon-sized bins, and then people from the food bank go pick it up and they bring it here. And then produce sorters are the one that go through all of it and to pick out any moldy food, and even that gets used because they give it to local farmers to feed their livestock, so it can go out for goats or cattle or pigs. Whoever wants to come get it, they know it's always there at the end of the day. Whatever produce that is there, farmers come and pick up and feed their animals. So this is literally a no waste food bank, and that's why I love this one so much. So I got all those strawberries done. I went ahead and put them up. As the produce sorters go through them, they put them up on the shelf where the runners take them out to the store and they stock up the shelves. And then the customers get to pick their limits of what produce they'd like. So we like to offer a good variety if we can. And holy bell peppers, these were all out of date, so that's why they were donated, and there was quite a bit of them. A lot of them were still good too. It was really hard to throw away some of them. So I just kind of went through the different ones. I had a partner there and we were kind of just chit-chatting, getting to know each other and kind of working out a plan on who's going to work with what and who's going to sort what. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed those moments, and I miss talking to actual people besides children. So this is something I really enjoy doing, and I'm so happy that I'm doing this once a week now. So here's a shot of the runner that I was talking about, and she's taking some strawberries that I did, and here's some lettuce bags that my partner did, and she's going to be running those out to the customers. You know, there's only a few people in this building that actually get paid to work here. The rest of it is all ran by volunteers. So this food bank would not be able to do this if it wasn't for all the volunteers here. And these are people who spend hours of their week dedicating time to helping others and to go through messy foods and just to be there for one another and feel like part of the community. You know, I've never had a sense of a community. I've never felt like I belonged anywhere, and being in this food bank really makes me feel that way. And I love that they have goat bins where any of the food that's not going to go to the customers is still going to feed livestock, and that's just another thing that just wows me with them. So I'm still over here tackling all these peppers. We're going to try and get through these whole bins. It's a lot of peppers. There was 2 watermelons down there and some cantaloupe, but the watermelons were no good. They were split and they were bruised. So we're just going to go through these. I really enjoy when I get these peppers. I actually just roasted some and put them on a Philly cheesesteak. Oh, it was so good. Some of you have commented that your food bank doesn't do this, that you would just get the packets of peppers and that you guys need to go through them yourself. So I would love to hear some more about your guys' food bank and what they do, if there's another one out here like this, or do you guys have to go through all these yourself when you get it? We had some mangoes. Those mangoes were not good though. They were super squishy. A lot of them had brown. They were not able to go. These blackberries just had the container cut, so that's why they were donated and they weren't even out of date. And then these nectarines were so good. There was only one of them bad and all the rest of them were really good. And that's one thing about produce, is that it might have one bad, but the rest of it is still good. So don't be afraid to get out there and maybe look for discounted fruit or anything if a supermarket does that. If you guys don't have a food bank, or if your food bank doesn't do this, you know, there's always options out there to try and find discounted food. So this is just the typical day of a produce sorter and how they go through everything. They set up bins to make sure that it looks good and give the customer good options. I always like to grab those bags of celery sticks and I throw those in the freezer, and I use those for my stock. It was really fun to kind of just organize it, make it look pretty, you know, kind of just make it how you would want to see it while you were out there. So I had a lot of fun doing this, and I'm really glad I volunteered today. Now I'm finally over the peppers, and I continue to move on to produce from Costco. Here's some lemons. It's kind of funny, the lemons that touched, it like rotted while they were touching, but all the other lemons were fine. So I kind of went through the 2 bags of lemons and had to wipe up a bunch of them because they were kind of, some were gooey, but other ones were fine. If you see what I'm saying on that skin there, it just kind of dissolved into each other. That was kind of interesting. And then they had big bags of onions and big bags of potatoes. So I went ahead and did a potato and onion bin because that's always a really good staple to have in your kitchen, and a lot of people like to choose those options. And then if there's a lot of produce, then it goes in the produce cooler.
There's actually 2 coolers.
Oh, I haven't seen the coolers.
Fresh produce one. So if like someone just comes in with a big load and no one has time to sort it, it just gets up in here, and eventually will get sorted.
Okay.
Maybe not even until Monday.
Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, since it's the weekend.
Yeah, so this is all stuff that probably came in from the various donation farms around town.
From the farmer's market or
Not from farms? Probably from the farms.
Okay.
Like peas and that kind of stuff.
Okay. They grow it and donate it for the food bank?
Yeah,
Nice.
that's actually how I think he started as Josh Solotnik, who's one of our county commissioners. He started that with his wife.
Wow.
Like 25 years ago, mostly to give away.
That's awesome. I'm glad it's still running.
Yeah.
They happened to get a delivery while I was there, and this is the truck that goes and gets any food that needs to get donated, and then it pulls into the back here, it gets loaded up, and he puts it in the designated coolers to get sorted. Wow. Yep, you can smell it even through the boxes, the plastic. So this is the end pieces that they donate.
I think they are.
Wow, they smell good.
Yeah. Oh.
Awesome.
Oh.
And what's in here?
This is something new.
Foamy.
That, they're starting it, but it is foaming hand soap.
Okay.
And we have 4 dispensers that actually use it.
Well, perfect.
So we've got soap for days.
That's awesome. That's good. That's something that's really going to help the food bank.
Oh, yes.
Awesome.
Yes, because that foaming soap is not exactly cheap.
No, it's not. And you got to have clean hands.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Thanks for showing me. Awesome. Thank you so much.
That's a lot of bananas.
You better eat. You better eat 5 of them.
I got them all.
You got it. Thank you. Good job, Betty. Thank you for loading us up. Thank you.
For taking what we needed going.
I'm glad
good
you took that
weekend.
cake. I wanted that cake.
Oh, this way, guys. Absolutely, yeah. No problem.
Wait, you wanted that cake?
He wanted it, but he gave it to us. Betty, we're parked on the other side,
It
honey.
was like, it was like
That means we need to go backwards and we need to come this way. Yep, this way. There we go. That way. There we go. Watch, don't run off the road. Who taught you how to drive? Oh, Betty.
Is the cake okay?
The cake's fine.
Let me say Petey.
Okay, there we go. Look at all the food they gave us for volunteering.
Mama, don't forget to take the video of the cake.
I gotta get that cake. Look at that cake. All right, this way.
Mama, I want to take that one.
No. I mean, I guess we can.
Right this way. Act like I'm in charge.
Did you guys have fun at the power place?
Oh, damn.
All right, to the house. Hey everybody, I am back from my food bank shift. Wow, it was a lot different this week because there was so much more produce. It looked like they gave away, had to be, pallets and pallets of bell peppers that were out of date. They all had early August date on them, so it was time for them to go, and a lot of them were still good. Even the ones that we put in the goat bin was still hard to put in there because there was just like one little spot, and I'm like, all the rest of this is still good. But our food bank is very particular about the produce that they give its customers, which I'm not upset about because they want to make sure that everybody gets good produce that's not moldy, and they don't make you go through all that yourself. You know, that's what they have the volunteers for, and that's what I did today. And that was a lot of fun. And then they also sent me home with some goodies because they have had an abundance of bananas and grapes, and I'm surprised I didn't get any peppers, but peppers can usually keep over the weekend, so they have those in the cooler, and they're gonna start handing those out next week. But they had lots of grapes and bananas that went out, so they gave me as much as I could take of those. And then they had some mango spears, which I actually got one of these the other day on my food bank haul. So now I have a total of 3 of them, which is great because I have a freeze dryer. So I'm going to dice these up in cubes and we're going to throw this in the freeze dryer to have freeze dried mango. I think that sounds a lot of fun. Also, the grape applesauce that I had made on one of my food bank haul, they had a lot of grapes again and they gave me a bunch and I made some grape applesauce and that turned out fantastic. So I think I might do that again with these grapes, or you could just freeze them and make delicious frozen grapes. Now for the kicker, as an additional thank you, they happen to have giant bags of something from Costco. Let me show you what it is. Okay, I got 42 pounds of pre-made pie crust base. So I'm pretty much sure it's just for pie crust, right? This is a base. Oh, 42 pounds, guys. Holy moly. I see a lot of pie in my future. They had a whole pallet of them. The expiration date on this is used by August 30th. So it's running close to its expiration date. Maybe that's why they donated it. It doesn't have any instructions on it at all. So I'm gonna have to fiddle with it and try and figure out how to use it and what is the best recipe, I guess, for the pie base. I assume you would only add water to it. If anybody has any experience with that at all, please let me know in the comments below on what you think the best bet would go about on how to make that. And I'm gonna have to get a new bucket to put that in. I feel fantastic giving my time to the food bank. They have an empowered place where the kids could go play, and they were just playing with their favorite people while I was back there sorting through produce, getting it out to the customers, and just, I don't know, feeling happy and proud that I can put my skills to use. Even though it's just going through a bunch of bins of produce, it's still something that somebody's got to do, and I'm glad I was there to help. It was a big job and I had a lot of fun doing it, and it was nice getting out of the house and not hearing mama, mama, mama every 5 seconds, right? So I had a lot of fun. Thanks for coming along and exploring the food bank with me. We got to see that cool cooler that they have. Every week I'm hoping to get a little bit more in there. Time's up. Timer's going off. Yep, Conrad, finish up. His watch is great. So that's why it feels good to get there. I'm glad I got in there and did it. I'm glad I got some extra food for over the weekend because I don't have enough projects going on. Now I got to preserve that. But that's the best thing about it, is that I'm saving this food from going into the landfill, and it's going to help feed my family in the future. It's worth taking the extra time to preserve it all to help feed it for later. Well, thank you so much for coming along and seeing my shift at the food bank this week and what treats I got from them. I'll catch you next time on Mama Beards.